Hello and welcome to IAMC Radio and Podcast. We've got a packed show today as we explore the top news headlines for February 27th. Get ready for some shocking celebrity news, a near miss at a major airport, and even a controversial new immigration plan from President Trump. Let's dive right in. Our first story takes us to Libya, where 159 Nigerians were recently repatriated.
This repatriation effort really sheds light on the struggles of many Nigerian migrants who journey to Libya hoping to reach Europe. They often face extremely difficult conditions, exploitation, and even human rights violations.
It's a complicated situation, and it's heartening to see groups like the Libyan Department for Combating Illegal Migration, consular officials, and the International Organization for Migration collaborating to help these individuals return home.
The IOM's Assisted Voluntary Return and Reintegration Program has played a crucial role in assisting thousands of Nigerians to come back from Libya. It's important to remember, though, that the root causes driving migration need to be addressed.
Now, shifting gears to a worrying trend in Nigeria. Foreign fraud syndicates are establishing cybercrime cells and enlisting young Nigerians.
The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has issued a serious warning about these syndicates, highlighting their involvement in various financial crimes, particularly cryptocurrency fraud. What's even more concerning is the potential link between cryptocurrency and the illegal importation of weapons into Nigeria.
It's alarming to consider the scale of this operation. A recent bust in Lagos uncovered 194 foreigners, some without valid visas, operating within a single building and conducting most of their transactions using cryptocurrency.
This case demonstrates the challenges of combating transnational cybercrime. It demands international collaboration, intelligence sharing, and robust law enforcement measures to effectively tackle this escalating threat.
Turning to some somber news now. Legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and their dog were tragically found dead in their New Mexico home.
Hackman was 95 and Arakawa was 64. While the exact cause of death remains unknown, authorities have ruled out foul play. This is a significant loss for the film community and fans worldwide.
Hackman's career spanned decades, and he delivered captivating performances in iconic films, such as The French Connection, The Conversation, and Unforgiven. He was a truly exceptional talent.
Beyond his acting career, Hackman explored various passions during his retirement. He was an author, a painter, and even a race car driver. His multifaceted life serves as an inspiration to us all.
Next, we're stepping into the world of Elon Musk and his controversial Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
Under President Trump, Musk has effectively taken control of DOGE, aiming to significantly reduce federal staffing and spending. While not officially the administrator, he undoubtedly dictates DOGE's operations. His approach has sparked debate, with some commending his efficiency-focused mindset, while others criticize his perceived disregard for the complexities of government functions.
The situation has escalated, with a third of DOGE staff resigning in protest, asserting that Musk's demands are jeopardizing the country. They claim they can no longer, in good conscience, implement his directives.
These resigning employees were primarily involved in modernizing vital government systems, such as those for Social Security, veterans services, and healthcare platforms. They argued that their removal endangers millions of Americans and increases the vulnerability of these crucial systems.
This clash between Musk's vision and the concerns of these employees raises crucial questions about the role of technology and innovation in government. Is Musk's approach a bold step towards a more efficient future, or a reckless gamble with potentially dire consequences?
Now, shifting to a story that highlights the dangers of online deception. A man in Shanghai, China, was scammed out of nearly $28,000 by an AI-generated girlfriend.
This case illustrates the frightening sophistication these scams are reaching. Scammers employed AI to fabricate a realistic online persona, complete with fake video and still images, convincing the victim to transfer funds for made-up business ventures and medical emergencies.
Disturbingly, they even went as far as creating fake IDs and medical reports to make the deception more believable. This case serves as a stark warning for all of us to exercise extreme caution in our online interactions and be wary of engaging with unfamiliar individuals online.
Turning our attention to a heart-stopping incident at Chicago Midway International Airport. A Southwest Airlines plane had to execute an emergency maneuver to avoid colliding with a private jet that mistakenly entered the runway.
It was a very close call indeed, thankfully. The Southwest flight crew reacted swiftly and expertly performed a go-around maneuver, averting a potential disaster.
A miscommunication between the pilot of a Bombardier Challenger 350 and air traffic controllers resulted in this near miss. The two aircraft came within a mere 2,050 feet of each other, prompting investigations by both the FAA and NTSB.
This incident underscores the critical importance of crystal clear communication and strict adherence to safety protocols in aviation. It serves as a stark reminder that even the slightest error can have potentially devastating consequences.
President Trump has put forth a controversial new proposal, a $5 million gold card visa program.
This program seeks to attract wealthy foreign investors by offering them permanent U.S. residency and a path to citizenship. It essentially replaces the existing EB-5 Immigrant Investor Program, which has been plagued by criticisms of inefficiency and fraud.
The Gold Card program significantly increases the investment threshold compared to the previous program, but doesn't include specific job creation requirements. President Trump contends that this will draw in high-caliber investors and minimize the potential for fraud.
However, this proposal has ignited a heated debate. Critics argue that it prioritizes wealth over merit, essentially putting a price tag on American citizenship. Concerns have been raised about fairness, accessibility, and the potential for exploitation.
In a move that has raised concerns about press freedom, the White House has barred several prominent news outlets from covering President Trump's recent cabinet meeting.
Outlets including Reuters, Associated Press, and HuffPost were blocked from covering the meeting, leading to protests from the White House Correspondents Association.
The administration cites a new policy that grants them control over which outlets can cover the president in smaller venues, prioritizing certain outlets over others.
This action has sparked serious concerns about transparency and accountability in government. It underscores the crucial role of a free and independent press in holding those in power accountable and ensuring that the public remains well-informed about their government's actions.
Now let's take a closer look at a situation that has sparked a lot of debate. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
Since President Trump took office, Musk has effectively taken the reins of DOGE, aiming to drastically reduce federal staffing and spending. His approach has drawn mixed reactions, with some praising his efficiency-focused mindset, while others criticize his perceived disregard for the nuances of government operations.
The situation has escalated recently, with a third of DOGE staff resigning in protest. They argue that Musk's demands are putting the country at risk, and that they can no longer in good conscience carry out his directives.
These resigning employees were primarily involved in modernizing critical government systems, like Social Security, Veterans Services, and healthcare platforms. They assert that their removal endangers millions of Americans and makes these systems more vulnerable.
This clash between Musk's vision and the concerns of these employees raises critical questions about the role of technology and innovation in government. Is Musk's approach a bold step toward a more efficient future, or a reckless gamble that could have dire consequences?
And speaking of technology and its potential for misuse, there's that unsettling story about the man in Shanghai who lost nearly $28,000 to an AI-generated girlfriend scam.
It's a chilling reminder that AI technology can be used for harmful purposes just as easily as it can be used for good. Scammers are becoming increasingly sophisticated, leveraging AI to create convincing online personas and manipulate victims into parting with their money.
What's especially troubling is that they even went as far as fabricating IDs and medical reports to bolster the deception. It highlights the importance of being cautious in our online interactions and recognizing the potential for manipulation.
Turning our attention to aviation safety, there was a heart-stopping incident at Chicago Midway International Airport when a Southwest Airlines plane had to abort its landing to avoid colliding with a private jet.
It was a very close call. The private jet mistakenly entered the runway without authorization, forcing the Southwest flight crew to execute a go-around maneuver to prevent a potential disaster.
Thankfully, the pilots reacted quickly and averted what could have been a tragic accident.
This incident underscores the crucial role of clear communication and strict adherence to safety procedures in aviation. Even a minor miscommunication can have catastrophic consequences.
Shifting our focus to international affairs, 159 Nigerians were recently repatriated from Libya, a country many try to cross into Europe from.
This repatriation highlights the challenges faced by migrants, who risk their lives seeking a better future. Many face dangerous journeys, exploitation, and even human rights abuses along the way.
It's a stark reminder of the global migration crisis and the urgent need for safe and legal pathways for those seeking refuge or opportunity.
Absolutely. Addressing the root causes of migration, such as poverty, conflict, and persecution, is essential, as is ensuring the protection of migrants' rights and dignity.
In the world of celebrity news, we mourn the loss of legendary actor Gene Hackman, his wife Betsy Arakawa, and their dog, who were found dead in their New Mexico home.
Hackman was 95 and Arakawa was 64. The cause of death remains unknown, but authorities have ruled out foul play.
Hackman's illustrious career spanned decades, leaving an unforgettable mark on the film industry, with iconic performances in films like The French Connection, The Conversation, and Unforgiven.
He was a true cinematic icon, and his talent and charisma will be deeply missed by fans around the world.
Now turning to a concerning trend in Nigeria. Foreign fraud syndicates are setting up cybercrime cells and recruiting young Nigerians into their schemes.
The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has issued a warning about these syndicates, which are involved in various financial crimes, including cryptocurrency fraud.
What's particularly alarming is the potential connection between cryptocurrency and the illegal importation of arms into Nigeria.
This elevates the seriousness of the situation and emphasizes the need for international cooperation to combat this growing threat.
Addressing the root causes, such as socioeconomic factors that make young people vulnerable to recruitment by criminal organizations, is crucial in tackling this complex issue. Shifting our focus to government transparency, there's been a concerning development. The White House has barred several major news outlets from covering President Trump's recent cabinet meeting.
Outlets like Reuters, Associated Press, and HuffPost were denied access, sparking protests from the White House Correspondents Association.
The administration claims this is due to a new policy, giving them control over which outlets can cover the president in smaller venues, prioritizing certain outlets over others.
This action has raised concerns about press freedom and potential censorship, as it limits the public's access to information about their government's activities.
A free and independent press is vital for a healthy democracy, holding those in power accountable and ensuring transparency. This incident underscores the importance of defending press freedom and ensuring that journalists can do their jobs without fear of reprisal.
Now let's delve into the world of technology and government. Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, has been making headlines lately.
Musk was tasked with streamlining government operations and cutting costs, but his approach has been met with both praise and criticism.
Some applaud his focus on efficiency, while others worry about his apparent disregard for the complexities of government.
The situation escalated when a third of DOGE staff resigned in protest, claiming Musk's demands were jeopardizing crucial government systems and putting the American people at risk.
This clash highlights the ongoing debate about the role of technology and innovation in government, and whether a rapid push for change can come at the expense of vital services and safety.
It's a discussion that will likely continue as we grapple with the challenges of modernizing government in a digital age. It seems like Elon Musk is always in the news these days.
Right.
This time it's his Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE.
Yeah.
Can you bring us up to speed on what's happening over there?
Sure. So under President Trump, Musk has effectively taken control of the U.S. digital service and is using it to push for these really drastic cuts to federal staffing and spending. He's not the official administrator, but he's definitely the one running the show.
And a third of the DOGE staff resigned in protest. They say his demands are putting the country at risk.
Right.
That's a pretty serious accusation. What are their main concerns?
Well, a lot of the people who quit were working on modernizing these really critical government systems, and they're worried that Musk's just moving too fast, trying to streamline things without thinking about the complexities. They say it's making these systems less safe and putting millions of Americans at risk.
So it's like Musk's vision of a hyper-efficient future is clashing with the reality of how complicated government really is.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder, is he being innovative or just reckless?
Yeah, it's a good question. And speaking of technology and its downsides, did you see that story about the guy in Shanghai who lost almost $28,000 to an AI girlfriend scam?
It's kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Like, even with all the amazing things AI can do, it can also be used to really hurt people.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine these scammers are creating these totally believable online personas with fake IDs and even medical reports, just to trick people into sending them money.
It's really unsettling, and Meta's actually put out warnings about this very thing. Romance scams using AI are on the rise, so it's a good reminder to be super careful who you talk to online.
You never know who's really on the other side of the screen. Speaking of close calls, did you hear about that near collision at Midway Airport? A Southwest plane had to abort its landing to avoid a private jet.
Oh yeah, that was a close one. It's a good reminder of how important clear communication is in aviation. Even a small mistake can be disastrous. And with all the other recent safety concerns, it makes you wonder if we're doing enough to keep air travel safe.
Then there's President Trump's idea for a $5 million gold card visa program, Basically, you can buy your way into America.
It's definitely controversial. It would replace that old EB-5 investor program, which had a lot of problems with fraud. This new program raises the investment amount way up, but there are no job creation requirements.
And Trump says he can do it without Congress, which could mean some legal trouble down the road. But it really raises some big questions, right? Like, is it ethical to sell citizenship? Does it mean that only rich people can come to America?
It definitely makes you think.
And then there's the White House blocking several big news outlets from covering Trump's cabinet meeting.
Yeah, that's not good. It seems like they're trying to control what people hear by picking and choosing which outlets can cover the president. It's led to protests from the White House Correspondents Association.
A free press is so important for a democracy. It holds those in power accountable.
Absolutely.
And when you start restricting access, it makes people wonder about the government's commitment to transparency.
It's a dangerous path to go down.
Well, we covered a lot today. It feels like the world just keeps throwing us curveballs. From international repatriation to cybercrime in Nigeria to Elon Musk and a near miss in the skies, there's never a dull moment.
It's true. In a world where things change so fast and we're constantly bombarded with information, it's more important than ever to really engage with the news. We can't just passively read headlines. We need to think critically, question things, and connect the dots to really understand what's going on.
Well said. Thank you for joining us on this journey through today's top news. We hope you learned something new and that you'll continue to explore these stories and what they mean for all of us. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and most importantly, stay curious.